think the saddest part about that was, especially when it was fresh, I couldn't speak about it then because of legal issues because we were trying to like sue the state and so we were instructed. I remember Libon, and so we were all instructed not to speak about it on interviews, not to speak about it on social media, and only say this. So we could only like say a limited amount of things, you know. But I mean, it was, the long story short, wrong place at the wrong time. And why do I say this? Is let's go back in the actual story. So I remember that week I was having
yeah. Hey. Shit. Yeah. So I've been doing my shit. I'm just really trying to blow. Race against time, but I'm really riding slow. You be slowing me down, that's the thing, my bro. Looking at my homies, who the realest I don't know. Even the closest looking like the furthest from me. Trying to work out the diameter.
Like, nigga, why you saying that?
I can't even find the radius.
what are you saying? Yeah, wait. Here's my thing, huh?
Yeah, nah. I'm joking, anything, bro. You have to be comfortable. You're the guest, bro.
I don't want to put you out your way. What do you have?
Nah, I'm saying maybe we can take a break and then go and get something and come back. We can start off like this, maybe. I don't know.
Like this? Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, me, I'm chill. Do you have like juice or something?
I don't know. You call it juice, tongue?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. You ain't wrong with fusion. Nothing's wrong with fusion. You make it sound like...
That's cool, Meji.
The Oros now, yo.
Yeah.
Nobody's too rich for
I
Oros.
even brought a cup that's not glass.
Really?
Yeah. I have a thing with glass cups, bro. I don't know what it... Or maybe I broke too many.
Too many nights, bro.
Yeah, too many nights. I just brought this. I was like, I'll also be like Jonathan Majors and bring him out. Have you seen that nigga on interviews?
No.
Brings his teacup everywhere in the world, bro.
Teacup?
Yeah, he's got this teacup and drinks it everywhere in the world. When they were pushing these Creed interviews with Michael P. Every interview, Monangale teacup, shaiti. But say China shaiti, but France shaiti. They even asked him,
multi-level.
He's just like, nah, it's just his thing, you know. He brings like a piece of home.
Oh,
just
a bit
for
of
like his own comfort.
What's going on, niggas? It's your boy P-Dog.
This nigga, wow.
My white homies at school used to call me P-Dog.
Is that what they used to? Like, white niggas is always thinking they cool when they hang out a black person.
Bruh.
Hey, yeah. It's so awkward, P-Dog.
I was Kieran in them. Kieran, then.
Fabio.
Shout out Fabio.
It's your boy K_LIBO, you know. Special guest.
Yes, sir.
We're doing this again, by the way, guys.
Yeah. I mean, last time,
it
was like a storm, Hurricane Katrina happening here. Then the lighting, everything, like a lot of things just didn't work out. But I think it's better because, man. We're feeling nice. We're feeling good, man. It's your boy Mbulelo Katise _official. That's on all the platforms. We're here, baby.
AKA Stelo, AKA Jigga.
All of them, bruh. All of them.
AKA McLeod.
You understand?
AKA Duma.
AKA Musa now.
Fuck. Not Musa Kaula.
Nah. No, definitely not.
How you doing,
But we're here, man. I'm chill, gents. How y'all doing?
Yo, chill, excellent, bro.
Yeah.
And we actually excited that you actually agreed to do this again, cause like that's your time, bro, and you have a schedule.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
They say if you're gonna do something, you gotta do it properly, right?
Yeah, straight up.
I feel like, man, I'm here for that. I'm here for the culture. I'm here for the growth. I'm here to have honest conversations, chilling with my boys.
Yeah, bro.
Just do it, man.
I'm happy you're here, bro. I'm happy to be here. It's a good day. Sun is shining. You know what I'm saying? You know, where do we start, bro?
From the beginning.
We like highlighted almost everything, but the lighting was terrible. and it was raining, like you said.
Yo, yeah, camera was full, like big no more, like every bruh. It was like Bonga Batagati, they just did their thing that day.
Bruh. Nothing must happen,
but
bro.
Today, Bali man.
Murphy's Law
We
again.
got God today.
Murphy's Law again, man.
We here.
Where do we start, man? The acting. The acting again.
Yeah, man. You can start anywhere, man.
Home Affairs, bro. Home Affairs, ne? It's a cool and important.
So the first one that I did.
Yeah, it was.
No.
Let's
go even further. Let's go even further back.
95 actually.
Because it was 2005. Yeah, it was 2005 when I did my first advert. It was for this noodles brand called Indomie Noodles.
Oh yeah.
It's a Nigerian noodles brand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they still here. They brought it to South Africa a couple of years back. I actually tried my first one a couple of months ago. It's shit actually bangs, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah.
What is
Finally got to try it. Indomie noodles.
I must try this.
I'll show you a picture. They actually bang. But yeah, that was my first advert. And 9-year-old kid, my grandfather's like, yeah, but Katise boy. Shout out, my first job. Because I remember I've been going to audition after audition, not getting anything, thinking, what's going on? Like this thing. But I think I was easy about it because for me, I was like, well, at least I get to be in front of a camera, even if it's an audition. I was like...
You were excited.
Yeah, I was excited to be in front of the camera and just doing something,
Yeah.
But they finally accepted the boy and we got to fly to Cape Town. Got to be in a hotel. They gave us like per diems, which is like money just to spend for the day. Plus they cover your meals. So everything was just like on 5-star, bro.
Wait, at like 9.
At 9 years old, my Jesus, me and my grandfather at that time, I'm just like, welcome to Hollywood. I was like, it's Hollywood, dog. This is it.
So he's eating the money, obviously, because he's like the
No, funny enough, man. I mean, I only asked about it later, but funny enough, my parents were like, no. Like, what happened was he didn't take your money.
Oh,
he was already, like he let you have your money. They were like, funny enough, we took some of your money. We took some of your money, did a couple things. But we also, bought you a couple things too, Young new clothes, PlayStation 2. You know the vibes, bro. It was a throwback, dog. Throwback. So it was those. I mean, yeah, man. I had my PlayStation games and everything, so I was chilled. What else could I need at 9 years old, bro?
Yeah.
And what did you say, like, made you want to do that?
The whole acting
thing. Yeah.
For me,
what was your influences?
For me, the biggest influence has to be my grandparents.
Yeah.
My grandmother, my grandfather, they saw something in me, and my sister as well. That I think, it was a blessing that they were already doing it at the time because they started acting back in like the 80s. So they were already doing it. They were already familiar with the industry. What I needed, how I could maneuver around this, but they were not going to let me have it easy either. They wanted to make sure that I actually have some talent and bring out the best, So they started to teach me, started to train me. Plus they were doing a lot of theater stuff as well, even in the community. They used to take abantu like Vitor and put them Gukumbi, take them to go and shoot adverts, be extras, be whatever, they would do it out of their own pockets, not good like they gained anything out of that. They were just that passionate about the arts, Mawaya Lapetevito and Victor Ndlazilwane Hall, a lot of things used to happen there.
Back in those days
as well. And Victor Ndlazilwane is actually my grandfather's brother.
Ndlazilwane.
So he was a jazz player.
Crazy.
Back in the days, you can check his stuff. It's still on YouTube. Victor Ntoni, all these like humors to get big artists, So I think the art has always been something it's a blood thing, So I think it made sense. And
but
I mean,
why did he only pick you and your sister?
And my sister. So it was actually me, my sister, and my cousin in the beginning. Because we were always like, together doing things. But I remember, I think the biggest thing for me was there was this thing I used to love doing. Every advert that I saw, I would like mimic that thing, trying to creme, and then when I see it again, you perform it. And then they'd be like, oh, this guy is quick with like he learns the words quick, he knows how to perform. So I think they started to see signs there. Makalingoma, we're out here performing, singing, dancing. Like, okay, I know. I think there's something. I think we need to build on that,
Sure.
And I mean, I would get things. Dude, I'd cram things like quick. I'd see something once or twice. The next time it plays, I know it off by heart. Even at that age, you know. So they knew that this one is script manje. I remember my sister at 5 years old. She did a McCarthy advert, bro. Fezek. 5 years old, my G. This is 2005 as well, because a few months after I got my advert, she got her first one. It was Toyota McCarthy advert. She had the biggest monologue. I remember that script was so long, bro.
At 5.
At 5. And she did that thing like it was nothing. You know, so I think, man, the potential was always there. And when you have that natural talent, it's in the genes. Yeah, it's in the genes. Long story short, it's in the well, I'm not wearing jeans, but you know,
you get the picture.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Saba Africa. Shout out to TBTS.
Yo,
you know what,
fit
for the
is
fit.
clean,
Yeah, Vuta's finest, Vuta's only.
It's pretty clean, man.
Shout out.
Check them out, bro.
Yeah.
You know, maybe link in the description.
Definitely, I'll put their details there, man. They got some designer stuff. You can even get your own custom made things. So
really,
yeah.
I'd like a denim jacket with that. That would be fine.
Yeah, they can anything. They'll hook you up with anything. If you wanna look like a spaceship, now. If you wanna anything.
This is their logo.
Yeah, TBTS. Yeah, 2 plus 2 stress.
Oh, is that the
it's a Saba Africa 2 plus 2 stress. It's like a collaboration of 2 guys.
Oh yeah, together.
Yeah.
That's fire, bro.
Shout out,
fire, bro.
Shout out to
So I would say your big break was Generations, obviously.
Yeah. The first big proper commercial.
Everyone knows you from that shit, bro.
Yeah. Original. Makoya one. Not the legacy. Yeah, man, playing Jigga from Generations. And that role was really fun to play, because I was nothing like that kid, right? I mean, yeah, it was like the original Nyaupes, bro. You know, breaking in, breaking into people's things, stealing things, doing that, just smoking at a young age, just being a troublemaker. But I think my biggest influence to play that character was because I grew up at Davidson, you know, and I remember there was this. I'm not even gonna name and shame, man. Shame. But it was this guy that stayed.
Name and shame,
no,
bro.
Man, no. It's not like he probably would. But I mean,
he will, because it's him.
Yeah, it's. But there were these guys that I grew up around in my grandmother's street, Yabona at Davidson, and they just had a certain kind of character about them. And they would always get into trouble. If something would go missing, you know, it's just young things. We know it's them. if you know some trouble would happen, China, there was this thing that used to go past, this van that used to go past, tinted windows, China, where badlala the betting thing. This was before bet exchange. And all these things. Before these things were professional. They used to play it on the streets, or Rematavenin. And then it used to be these Chinese guys traveling with the money and everything. So we China. So for some reason we had this myth or legend around it as China magadlula mele umkapu uzoba nemali. So I remember these guys would always influence me and my cousins to do stupid things, man. You know, so I based my character of Uchiga on those guys. You know, that's where I drew the inspiration, because I got to grow up with those kind of people. So even if it's not who I am, I knew where to draw things from and take certain things from.
So you're kind of like a sponge, bro. Wherever you are, you're able to adapt to that situation and draw inspiration from that.
I'm definitely somewhat of a sponge, and I like to call myself a chameleon as well, because I feel like I can fit in any environment, you know, and that's part of being an actor as well. You need to know how to absorb things, but also know how to change according to where you are. And adaptability is the biggest thing, man. It's made me survive all these years with whatever that's been thrown at me, you know. So I won't take that part for granted, because it's a life hack, man.
It is, definitely. Because most people think you grow up soft, bro. I won't lie to you. Now, what's in Kulelekasi?
I was like, what the?
It's like a Lonnie, bro. You know?
Every time I say Nkulelekasi, people give me the side eye. I know I'm a clean nigga, you know, come on. I know I look handsome and well put together, and, you know, come on, I'm educated, you know, come on. But what does it mean? Can't you be from the hood and also be like that? But I mean, the thing about me is I grew up with the best of both. I think that's the thing that puts me in a position where I'm able to adapt better, because I know what it is ukhulele kasi. I've been to Emakhaya as well. I know that life you're calling, and then I also know the life of the burbs. You know, growing up with going to school with like white people, like a lot of people, like I know some black people even today. I mean, even my lady, she only went to like school with white people later on, like, you know, like later on in high school. That's when she started to see her first few white people. Otherwise, ukhulele Emakhaya.
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of background that she has. So for me, she was thinking like, when are you Alani, she's boy.
Yeah, she's boy.
Yeah,
They always,
I'm like, I know.
My nigga,
yeah, man.
was.
Like I could really, you know, be like with the guys, like, dude, bro, like, let's just go skating and just like, you know, chill at the park, dude, just like shoot some hoops, whatever it is, bro.
Yeah.
And then nyakwazi kuhlala phansi shine enhloko lapha, scope creatine, shine good zama black, and just wind. I can do the best of both.
Actually,
and I enjoy the best of both.
Since you know best of both worlds, which world is more interesting to you? Be honest.
I don't think you can compare, because there's different things, right? On either side. I mean, there's certain things that you'll find there that you won't find there, and vice versa. So I don't necessarily think I could compare which one is more interesting. I love the fact that once it's been a while that you've been in this one, you can always go and dip back in, and then the other way around as well.
That's so true.
When I feel like, yo, man, I'm not in touch with, I need khalele nje, yabo. Ikota, like in Yamentlog. Like yesterday, I was, I went to Pretoria. I had some meetings outside, and then went to Garankuwa and Stolela Valley played grand, yabona nyamatlo, everything. Amarana away, and man, it was just, you know, when you haven't had it in a while, it's just like, She's saying a Coke, and your day's made, bruh. And then you
relax.
Yeah, man. So
the reason why I'm asking you that is because I feel like, no, but like what you said is true. Both sides are very interesting, and you learn from both sides. But I learned more, and I feel like the cast is more real and authentic, bro, in terms of people and characters. You know, I mean, although I don't know, but I guess
you could be right in a way, but I think there's just as much fake people like us as there is in like the rich places, bro.
Definitely,
because there's people going through some real shit in the burbs too. You understand? I just think, depending on where you're from, when you look at someone else's problems, they might seem like they don't matter, or like it's, come on, rich people problems. You know the saying, right? People might not necessarily relate, and then therefore they look at it like it's not a real problem. But I just think it just all depends on the perspective that you're looking at things from, you know. That's what it is, man. Because, man, on either side, I've seen struggles. I've had struggles on either side, you know. And there's certain, but I think the thing with being in the middle sometimes is you're kind of on the fence, right? So sometimes you don't quite fit in fully there, and you don't fit in fully there.
That's what I always say.
And then it's like, where's your... I think I struggled a lot with identity issues, growing up as well. And I mean, it does cause a lot of, like, you turning you into like a people pleaser kind of thing. Cause I can safely say that I was like a huge people pleaser cause of my own identity issues. And on top of that, I'm playing multiple characters. Like, fuck, who the fuck am I? It's like, damn, who am I really? You know,
who are you?
Because I mean, for a few hours in a day, Lels, they used to call me Lels.
Lels.
You know? And then another few hours of the day, I'm Chiga or Stel. So, but then where's Mbulelo?
At home, you're Mbulelo then.
And like for a few hours. And then when do you get to be Mbulelo? So Mbulelo kind of like slacks back, because at the mall, you're going to be that person they see on TV. And at school, you'll be that other person. Because, you know, there's that school persona as well. And then there's so it's like you don't really get to be you that much. And therefore, you don't know you. And I think I struggled a lot with that.
Is it a real thing, Vere, to be stuck in character?
In a way, man. In a way. I think for me, it happened not in a sense of, oh, fuck, I'm so deep in this, I can't get out. Fuck all that, man. Just switch it off with something. I don't think it got stuck in terms of me being in that character, but it got stuck in terms of people putting me in that character. You get what I mean? For me, there was a point where I felt like I really need to switch it off because it's a lot, man.
Yes.
Like the expectations they just keep increasing. Everything just keeps increasing because they put you, and the bigger your character, the more you get stuck into that, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, fuck, you can't breathe. So I did feel at some point like I was suffocating.
What are some of the things you went through the jigger?
A lot of female attention.
Yo.
I think that was the first time I realized that I might be a bit famous now. I think I might be famous.
Yeah.
You know, my mom used to work at a mall at Tembisa, bank manager there. And we went to visit her one afternoon after school. I was free. I wasn't shooting. Like, let me go visit mom's in a new job. Biggest mistake. Sangene Mall.
Davidson Mall.
It was in Tembisa.
Oh, Tembisa.
Yeah, it was in Tembisa Plaza. It was still it had just been built at that time. So we just like some vagashela. My G, I kid you not. 2 minutes within getting in, everybody from the entrance, from the parking lot, from inside the mall, and then we start getting chased by a whole mob of people, bro. And my security, Lawase Mall, had to like help us, but now they're getting pushed by people. We ended up running through the mall. So we're running through the mall, right? Getting chased, dog. Like, this is me in Pinoni High uniform, blazer, my sister, dog, like. My dad is out here trying to protect us. And the funny thing is,
the character in Uchiga always had uniform.
Always had uniform on as well. So, he was a school kid, but that never went to school. So we get chased into the malls and get bang. My mom's like, because they're hearing the noise. So I see everyone in the bank is like, what's going on? They see this mob of people. And then we're like, Valani, they out here, they're like, what's happening? I'm like, Uchiga. My mom's like, I'll say Zila. No more visits, bro. We had to get out the bank. Like, you know where they put the money from the cash vans. But keeping Ali move, just so we can like escape out that side and go home. I'm just like, So on my way home, I was like, okay, Mom, Dad, I think I might be famous actually now. They're like, I think you might be. Yeah, it was crazy. I think that was the first proper like sense of like, okay, this thing
is a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing, you know, because I had grown up doing it. You know, people would recognize you here and there. I saw you, you're cute. But that was like the first proper like,
But how was like this instant switch up in people? Like, you were hating on me just yesterday. Now you want to be friends with me. Like, how was that, bro? I was wondering, like, ask myself.
Hey, man, you know what it is, nah? I think I had a lot of opportunities to, like, revenge on a couple people that didn't treat me nicely and whatnot. But I don't think, because I think the way Nkulisyo Ngakona, man, I forgive easily, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes to my own detriment. But, hey, you know, I think for me it was just weird. The same people that would just pass you, look at you like you're nothing yesterday, tomorrow, can I take a picture with you, bro? Bro, I just want to show my mom, like, I'm just like,
maybe 360.
A whole you, like a whole you, bro. Okay. So I think I was just kind of like shocked by everything, like, to be honest. For me, it was like more shocking than anything, especially in high school, because I remember like guys from like when I was in grade 8, our matriculants and everything, those same people that used to, grade 11, that used to like tease us, you know that initiation thing?
Yeah.
It was initiated, like, since there's snacks. And then the following year, they out here wanna hang with me. I'm just like, okay. You know, that grade 11 girl you had a crush on, now she's out here rubbing your arm. You're just like, which one is this one now? Maria Ka's obvious. Because you're still young. You're just like
I was about to say, actually, when he asked you if you stay in character sometimes, I was gonna say, I think you have used it in that department.
I've used
when
it.
it comes to honeys.
I've used it.
Especially when you were Stelo.
Listen to this one. Try to.
Yeah, when you were Stelo.
I think sometimes I would. Yeah, it would be difficult to switch off. Imagine doing this, especially, dude, when you've done it for like a while. Like, I was in that place for like 5-6 years, right?
Yeah.
at some point that becomes your life, right? They say, how long does it take for something to become a habit? Do it for 21 days straight like this, and then you're used to it. It's a habit. Now for 5-6 years, doing that thing, being that way. I mean, I went from speaking Kasi Zulu to sounding like I'm from KZN because it's just like, but expose me with that. I wanna hear which situation you're talking about.
Man, the situation when we were in Durban, bro. We were in Durban,
What happened?
2016.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man, like, niggas were struggling finding hands, bro. And then this nigga, niggas would use you to pull hands. That's what I'd say. Also.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
we're on
many
holiday.
situations.
What
There's
can
too
we
many
do? You
situations,
know?
yeah.
Plus, that was my city, man.
Yeah, Dubain.
Come on, dog. It's KZN. My biggest fan base. Because a lot of people thought I was from KZN.
Oh.
I thought she was.
Yeah, because I'm playing a Zulu character, you know. So
yeah.
I was in my element.
Yeah.
At some point, like, I would try be that Mbulelo from, you know, bring my Pinoniness, be like slick. I could see with it's not working here. But as soon as I switch on like that, okay, so I'm like, okay, so I have to be okay in case it is. Let's just go with it. Go back to the hotel. You know, that's how it was, man.
Yeah. That was wild, bro. Those were
Wild times, dog. No, wild times. No, but we made some good memories, dog. Nah, we partied. We partied with this one.
Yeah, man. You niggas initiated me into this shit.
Before he had a few strings here.
Yeah, dog. It's
Yeah,
crazy,
we showed
bro.
him
It's
some
crazy.
stuff, man. Yeah.
But what's blessed and for you is that you made it through all of that stuff. You didn't get sick. You didn't have a child out of wedlock. You know.
The child thing for me is still like a. It's still shocking to me how I went through that whole phase.
Yeah.
I think it was a good how many years?
Maybe 8.
Yeah, a good 8 years of just us just being wild and just like crazy and shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude. But I think, man, and as crazy as we were, I think we always knew the fundamentals. Like, always use protection. Yeah, dog.
So
okay, for me.
So you'd always
For me.
Wrap up.
I had a thing like I would always have my wallet on me, and I knew my wallet was always stacked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like me, I was not playing that game.
So if it runs out, like
I was
in
not
the
playing
middle
the
of
game.
night,
Plus at home, my dad was always hammering. Every time the gents would come pick me up or I would go to the gents, plus he knew we were wild, man. He was a wild kid when he was young as well. So he understands so he was always like, hey, in the show, it was awkward, but I mean, yeah, you
So
know.
no one tried to trap you, like no girls tried to trap you.
I think they all probably did, or most of them probably did, but they would never get a chance because
Like on some, I'm pregnant.
I knew they would be lying if they said so because I knew I'd always be strapped up.
No.
so at Pamugi or
You never came
pull out.
inside with the condom.
Hey, I mean, I don't think so. I don't think none of that stuff happened.
You may have a child in Durban somewhere, bro.
They would have brought them by now. I had my first kid last year, man.
Congrats.
In wedlock.
In wedlock, you understand? So, yeah, hey, all that other stuff, I don't know.
Yeah. Tell us about also the time when you were going through car accidents, bro, and not listening. Wilding.
Yo, you know, thank God I'm alive, man. That's the first thing I want to say because that was a crazy time, and it was during that era. Sorry,
guys.
His alarm told him he has to go jogging or something. Like.
My bad.
Yeah, that jogging one.
Nah. It's some other shit, but it's fine. Kubega though.
Away. So I think I had my first car accident in 2014. Right, it was crazy. It was crazy, man. Yeah. Happened somewhere. I was going to an event, a work event, after hours, somewhere in Monty, Fourways. Yeah, this guy with the beamer. Boo! A shy robot, red. So it's just that thing of it's green for you, you're going, but I don't think I checked if it was clear, if there's no one trying to like quickly jump the robot. Vele there was beamer young girl. So the car was like upside down, everything, but luckily I was rolling one man, nothing bad happened except to the car, right?
Yeah.
And then the following year, like almost exactly a year, got my next one. But that one was entirely, I think, my fault, cause you can't go out on a night partying and then still think it's safe for you to go driving in the wee hours of the morning.
Ush.
Besingacabangi chu.
Fatigue.
Besingacabangi. Fatigue. You've been partying all night until like 5 in the morning. The sun's about to come out like this. Of course, uzolok.
Ush.
You know, but I mean, I think at the time we were just wildcats. We were not thinking about safety, drinking and driving, doing all these things. And I think my eyes just for a split second closed, and then when they woke up, my car, I don't know, I just saw an airbag in the dust. Airbag dust, the radio still playing. I'm up Alia Wheelie too. Like it was a movie, bro. I don't know. So when I got out of that car, right, and I looked at the condition of the car, and all I could feel was like a slight pain on my shoulder. I was just like, how the hell am I still alive right now? Yo! I'm also over same time, bro. You know? And that was crazy. And that should have been the point where I was like, okay, maybe I need to make some lifestyle changes. How about we stop driving when we're drinking, or actually just stay put? But I think our thing was always, wanna go to this place, then that place, then this place. You know, wanna keep the party going. I think that was always the
party never ends.
The party never ends, right? And then I had my next one about a year after that as well. And now at this point, man, you can tell families like, Aibo, dude.
The dad and mom.
Yeah, and like my whole family was just like, nah, bro, what's going on now? This is like this is becoming, you know, nothing J. When there's involved, it's some weird shit, you know. And yeah, that last one wasn't too hectic. It was someone who crashed but still, it was still so fucked up, because it's just like, I think I was at a point where I didn't even want to drive anymore.
Yeah, I remember. You didn't even want to buy any car anymore.
I was just like, I'm done, bro. Like, I think for the longest time, I didn't even drive, even the cars at home. After that car, I was just like, so what's going on? Is it me? Is it what? Is it in? I even thought it's some spiritual things, like, hey,
bang lawyer.
No, like, you can't help it but start thinking of some shit like that. Yeah, I'm like, yo, man, maybe I got enemies with somebody's underground gang. Like, what's going on, dog? So, you know, but I just think the long story short of it is just, man, I think the lifestyle wasn't the one, man.
So the lifestyle was because of all the hype and all the fame.
Yeah, you know, all these things. I just feel like sometimes you don't quite look at the situation the way you're supposed to look at it, because you too, I don't know, Ngati, like everything is blinding, right? The lights are blinding. People love you everywhere you go. And I think I'll go back to that thing yet again. Being a people pleaser, you know, I could have avoided that second one, because I remember I think I lost my classes that night or something, because it was that wild of a night. I was not supposed to be driving, because I know I can't see without matter. What did I do? I still drove, because a friend was like, please being a people pleaser will make you be like, okay, fade it, dog. Even when you're walking on your knees, dog.
That's fair.
Because someone in their right mind would probably be like, no, dude, I'm drunk. Like, you'll just wait a few hours, let's sleep it off, and then I'll take you in the morning later.
Yeah.
But because vele ufuna wonke umuntu akujabulele abe happy ngawe, you want people. I think it's a big thing, man. I can go back and trace back all the shit that was negative or bad that happened to me to one particular thing. Being a people pleaser, not being able to say no when you're supposed to say no, not being able to be like, nah, I don't think that's for me. And then you could have avoided 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I think that's such is life and such is growing up, right?
Yeah, is it because of like you like you said, identity crisis? You didn't know who you were, or was it because of like you want people to like you, or like?
I think it was a mixture of both. I really think it was a mixture of both. I think you kind of, I mean, you're growing up, you're a teenager, your hormones are all over the place. You're still trying to figure your shit out, right? You think you know things, but you don't really know things.
Yeah.
you're getting all this love from people, but it's not really love. They just love what you do. They don't love you, but you don't know that. And then you kind of get it so much that you start depending on it.
Ish.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Like you define your worth.
You start,
through
yeah,
that.
you start getting it so much that you start depending on it. You define your worth through it. If I didn't get 1,000 likes on that picture, now you're unhappy. It's like I was starting to like feel dumb things and things that don't make sense and don't matter because of like how this thing starts getting to you, right? So I'd post a picture, get a lot of likes, and now I'm happy. Why? I don't know half those people. Maybe I know like 30 of them or 20 of them or 10 of them in there, but the rest they just know Ustel. They don't know Mbulelo. But it makes you happy when you get the likes. When you don't get it, now what did I do wrong? Now you start questioning your whole existence. You know?
It happens to everyone, bro.
Bro, I think it just happened on a huge scale.
With the music thing.
Yeah, you know, so I think it just happened on a bigger scale because I just felt like everyone was expecting a lot from me. I mean, I remember when I was in matric writing my finals, I was so scared, so nervous to write those finals because everyone knew my real name and everyone was gonna go to the papers and be like, Stelo's name is Mbulelo. Let's see if he passed or matriculated. That thing was a legit fear for me.
Shit.
It's like,
Oh, that was before they made it.
yeah,
a code.
before, yeah. My thing was, I was in the newspaper era.
Exposing your age.
Yeah, I was
now.
in the newspaper era. Hey, that thing was rough, bro. I think that I'm glad they changed that, and because I think people were starting to kill themselves.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
people
that's
killed
why they
themselves
changed
because of it. That's why they
bro.
changed it.
Like I couldn't sleep at night. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I imagine the whole South Africa. Yo, what if in
Your surname was still Dazilwane.
Yeah, Ruslan Zazilon at the
Yeah,
time, you know. So I was just like, damn, bro, what if I fail? What if like you start questioning everything? So the little validation that you get from your peers means everything. And that is why you'll blindly do things that maybe are not so good, but because, you know, my niggas say we should, so yeah, maybe we should, hey?
Yeah.
It's a real. I think a lot of people are still going through it, man. Especially the social media era that we're in right now. It's a
Especially
problem.
like even adults go through it. Bro.
Adults still.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize it until. I mean, I'm glad I can speak about it now because I had to go through a phase where I actually realized that. I mean, you go through a phase where you blame all your problems in life on other people, but you start to realize that you have to also look within yourself. Right?
Yeah.
Facts.
You have to. There was this quote that I read on Insta this morning. Funny enough, I took a screenshot just for y'all, cause I wanted to talk about it, right? I wanted to talk about it. I'm glad we are now. It says healing also means taking an honest look at the role you play in your own suffering.
Facts.
And I mean that's exactly what it is, right? Until I started also looking within, and you know, kind of seeing that okay, not everything was my fault, but where was I at fault? Here and at that point and at that point. Okay, cool. If I didn't do this, then that wouldn't have happened or that wouldn't have happened. Okay, cool. It happened now, so don't go back punishing yourself about why you did it because it happened, it's done, but learn from it.
Facts.
Learn that now in the future when because things when they happen again to you in future, they'll happen on a bigger scale, right? Like when you trying to prepare yourself for something because now you've seen it, you've realized it. When it comes back like as a bigger beast, right? As a bigger animal.
But you're just stronger.
But
now.
you're just stronger now. You're more resistant, and you kind of realize and you remember, and you're more self-aware. Okay, you know, last time I did something like this, and I didn't quite feel right about it, but I did it anyway. How about this time I listen to how I feel about it? If I don't feel right about it, then fuck it, let me not do it.
There's a
It's
quote
okay.
I saw on Bossy Bing's Instagram.
Yeah.
Where he's
Boy,
like,
shout out.
he's like, it doesn't get easier, you just get stronger, bro. You know, like it
what
doesn't,
it
it never
is.
gets easier, bro.
Bro, the gym is still the gym. Let's make this analogy with the gym. The gym is still the gym. Those 2 hours you spend there are still those 2 hours you spend there. But each day it gets a bit easier because you're getting stronger each day.
And the weights are also increasing.
Yeah, I understand.
You get stronger, so you
The weights are
pick up bigger
the
weights.
bigger weights. You can run long on the treadmill. You can do this. You can do that because you know you're starting to build that resistance against all the things that are coming. So I think we live and we grow. But man, I'm grateful for all the highs and the lows. I don't think the mindset that I have right now would have had if it wasn't for all the good and the bad, equally so.
Yeah.
all equal parts. You
It
understand?
takes a lot though to be like that, bro. Like to have that mental strength.
It really does.
To like go through shit and still be like, nah, I'm still gonna, wake up and be a better person. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
A lot of shit can break you, dog.
Yeah.
But for you to be like, actually, like let me, like what keeps you grounded and like back to that, you know what I'm saying?
I've been broken many times, but I think at the end of being broken, what else is there? You pick yourself up, pick up the pieces, and you move on. That's what it is. And I think the biggest thing that's always been my motivating factor in anything that I do is that, man, when I really put my mind to something, whatever it is, and when I really want something, I don't think anything's gonna stop me from getting that thing. I've started many businesses. Some have failed, some have persevered. I've tried a lot of things, some have failed, some have persevered. But through it all, I've kept going forward. I've kept moving forward. I've kept on having that mindset, I'm gonna get there. And I don't know if it comes from my upbringing, the way in Kuliswa, my family, and equal parts, the passion and the dreams that I have in my mind that keep me going as well, keep me moving forward. I think it's a culmination of all those things, because I really am passionate about what I do. I think for me, my biggest thing is I'll never do something career-wise that I'm not passionate about doing. I physically can't. I've tried it, and it's never lasted long because it's not something that's in me. But when something is in me, nothing's gonna stop me from going for it.
Shit.
Nothing, bro.
I think it's also like family support also. And also you've been here according to people who don't know you, but you've always been here. Like in terms of your personality.
Yeah.
You've never acted like you're better than someone else. You've always still been humble and like down to earth, bro.
I think a lot of people, thank you for that. I think a lot of people confuse being humble for being stupid or ukuthi singakunyathela easy. And it's not the case, bro. I think being humble in essence is knowing yourself, knowing the power that you have, but still being in a position where I don't really need to make a noise about it because I know. I know. I mean, I could have easily been that person. Let's speak a couple facts right now. There's a lot of people in the East who are doing the arts right now, doing music, doing acting and that, and it's beautiful to see, right? But I can tell you for a fact that out of my generation, I was that guy who inspired a lot of people to be like, shit, I can actually do that.
No, for sure, bro.
And that's fact.
You need your flowers, bro.
I'm that guy.
We're giving you your flowers.
I'm that guy who people saw on their screens growing up while being in the same school as them every single day, going to school, matriculating, but still kicking ass and being like, shit, I want to go there. I want to do that thing. It's possible. And I'm blessed to have been in that position and to still be in that position where I'm still going at it. And the fruits of that are seeing all these wonderful people with talents. There's so much talent in the East,
Too much.
Too much. Bro.
Like,
too much.
I don't think we get recognized for it as much as like so. Yeah, you know. East There's so much talent, so many people doing amazing things here, and I love to see it, man. But I think, yeah, like it's just a thing that I grew up doing a lot of these things. I'm still doing a lot of these things, but I've never at a point had to like go around telling people, yeah, mina in it. And I think I've just been grounded in that, and that's how they taught me, you don't need to
prove yourself.
You don't need to go around proving yourself. Let your work speak. Be humble, appreciate what you have in. And I mean, yeah, you slip up, you make some mistakes here and there, but I think for the most part, that's how my mentality has been shaped, and that's what it is.
And for the fact that like you did a 360, bro, like
yeah,
people wrote you off, dog. After the whole Springs situation, human trafficking, what.
Yeah, people
like this guy's not gonna make a comeback.
People will write you off of allegations because of this new cancel culture thing, that we call it. They will do that, but I think I and it took me a while for me to realize it. I mean, I always knew, but when you're down, your mind kind of starts getting clouded, and you start taking in people's energies and thoughts and opinions, right, about you. You know, people will start saying things like, this guy in whatever, and then you start absorbing all those things.
Yeah.
So when you're down, right? But until you start to realize and take your power again and block out the noise outside and listen to the voice inside of you again, and you realize who you are, what your power is. And I think until I started doing that, and it took a while, but until I started doing that again, I was never gonna come back the way I did and have that thing. Okay, this happened, but let's move.
I'll return a stronger man.
I'll
You came back
return
a stronger man.
You understand?
But people want to know though, what happened, dog. Obviously.
Of that thing.
Yeah,
of
like
that thing,
that's
man.
definitely what people
Yeah,
want to know.
yeah. I think the saddest part about that was, especially when it was fresh, I couldn't speak about it then because of legal issues because we were trying to like sue the state and so we were instructed. I remember so we were all instructed not to speak about it on interviews, not to speak about it on social media and only say this. So we could only like say a limited amount of things, you know. But I mean, it was the long story short. Wrong place at the wrong time. And why do I say this? Let's go back in the actual story. So I remember that week I was having a rap party emsebenzini. It was like my going away party, so to speak. I was done at Scandal. I had already put my resignation in and stuff. On that Saturday, it was supposed to be like my goodbye party, farewell party thing. So I had just gotten imali yama. I think I did some advert, and then I did a gig, and then I got my salary in that week, and then I also got like some tax money. You know, so I was sitting real pretty. You know, I was sitting real nice with it financially wise. Vana machi tara like let's party, bro. I remember I even told the chance that's in Khalela no get Devin on me, chance. I was like, Devin was always the
Like you won the lotto, dog.
Yeah, you know, I blew it. So yeah, man, we were partying with the chance that whole week. Wednesday came, Thursday, and then I think on Thursday we went out some club in Jozi. And then we ended up in, I don't even know when we even got to Springs, but at some point we ended up in Springs in like the AMs and still trying to keep the party going, Staggy by that time.
And there's no need,
And
bro.
there's no need. But then again, I get to the party always must go on.
Party never ends.
The party must always go on. Okay, fade. So that time agnani now is valiwe dog. That isn't that a sign enough?
No.
Valiwe chance.
Yeah.
There was some dodgy nyana tavern in some street.
Springs.
Somewhere nje. Gumnyama. Ama street light that was span. It was a rough side, bro. But we out here, right? We out here, we go in, get the liquor. Opposite across the street, there's like a brothel thing happening there. We get the bright idea, Guti. So who's gonna go in? Who's gonna go in and see what's happening? Sangena lapana machita. I kid you not, few seconds in, start seeing torches, lights like Gonzagalani, sizwa ma boots. Marifa balawati la and then I see some white guys. I see a botaki, ngapha ngitaki, ngapha kumnyama. Baskipela ngaphandle kanti amagata. So when we went in that place, they were raiding that place. Apparently, what was happening inside of that place? There's like a back room ganje. Then there's the main house. So apparently in the main house, there were like
Trafficking.
Yeah, like they had kidnapped like a girl who escaped and went to go and say, hey, there's other girls in that was the situation, right?
Yeah.
So imagine that, a raid, and they have this whole CIA operation where raid and you are now caught in the middle of the crossfire. That's exactly what happened. So, and then on top of that, we are all drunk driving. So now when we're trying to be like, nah, we just came in, they're like, okay, fine, who was driving? Yo, here's another problem. Driver tag you, passengers tag you. But Nyangena bafana uzadla. They said, where's the keys? One of the cops drove our car behind the van, and we were watching the car behind us. Bambi, shit.
Jeez.
Like, yo, what's gonna happen now? We get in the police station. It's like 2 a.m. now, bro. 2, 3. Angazi was late. We get inside. Kandela spina like yo, what's going on? Is this what's happening right now? Hey, they take the chance. I'm a chance into holding cells, but they keep me there. I already know. I already know why I'm being kept here. You know, but I try and use that, I guess, to try and get, you know, some sort of sympathy. So I'm like, yeah, okay, so we were not involved in that thing, you know. We were just like, yeah, well, okay, it's Puzile, but whatever. We were just like passing through. Can we just like, you know, get off easy? We'll go home. We'll sober up in what that. I'll even get an Uber. We'll leave the car here. Saying, they were like, I'm celebrating. Whatever. Remember the captain your corner.
Oh, actually, last time when you were explaining, you mentioned that there was a lady who was like,
it was a lady, so she was the one. Oti Aksulo, and then they kept me there. Mabavaisa matches.
Oh shit! Fuck.
Yeah. So after that, lady was like, "What's that?" The captain was like, "Leaving me here. He's not going anywhere. I wanna mano imano this one." The gents went where they took them, and then. Now I'm trying to like soften this guy. This guy was not having it, bro. It's like nina maselebrity na papa. Ngicabanga ukuthi ningayeza noma yini. Ngicabanga ukuthi in. Ubona namhlanje ngiyayiqeda career yakho. I'm like, yo, sir, please, I still have some scenes to shoot. I'm like trying, bro. I'm trying to like plead my case. He was like, I'm gonna make an example now, baba. And yeah, that's exactly what he did, right?
Maybe if you like were like, okay, I'll give you like 10K. Was he gonna?
Young bribe.
The way you see the way he was, yeah. I could tell that even if I was gonna, that guy I think he just had a problem, not specifically with me, but he had a problem with a certain celebrity or certain celebrities, and then was like, I'm gonna make sure Gucci. He probably had a run-in with some famous person.
Took his bitch or something.
Yeah, and then he's like, maybe we're gonna quality with the scene.
Yeah.
I wanna show, because that's how he was acting. So I was just like, this one, even if you can try and because I did try and smooth talk, whatever. He was like, baba, uyangena, and cherry on top, I'm gonna even call my pepper, and that's exactly what he did. The next day, when we're waking up, they holding cells, we're like, oh. Shit now is real now. Now akusekho mnandi uvuka esikontirini kanje. Qinile baba. Just like a gym mat. Benilele phezu kwama gym mat. Kahle. And then no blankets or but who's going to use those things? Who's going to use them, bro? Hey, so now we're starting to sober up, get a headache. You see with this shit, man. I'm actually in this place. Oh God, I didn't go home last night. Shit. What's gonna happen? Yo, Saturday is spanning. Like all these thoughts are coming at once, and they call me in the front again. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll try and plead my case again now, and I start talking to him now, more sober now. And to talk to him, okay, how can we sort it out? He was not there for that. He was there so that the journalist can be like, oh, who you have? Because I see some guy, I'm blocking I'm like, what's going on, Lan? And someone wanted to confirm. It's like one of the publications. I was like, I got so and so here. I'll show you. And then the guy came to confirm Veluguti. And then, long story short, was everything else that happened after that. Articles, Twitter, Facebook, you name
Everything.
it. And everything
Everywhere.
else that came, that was the story. So I was in a predicament of obviously after, because they kept us the whole weekend basically. Ne? Let me finish that part. So they
Not
kept us
8
the
days.
whole, but there
Not
was
8
no
days, because Libona said it was 8 days.
Nah, it was
Hey,
like
bro,
it was like
and
4
you
days.
said
It
you
was
had
like 4 days because it was starting a Thursday. We came out on the Monday because we can't come out on the weekend. Dang it. So, but the thing is, there was no charge. So we were kept, but under no charges. Because when we were telling them what actually happened, they were like, but okay. I think they went up after they did the investigations, they realized actually we have nothing to do with whatever else was happening there. But for the fact that we were there, so we punish.
Under what grounds? Also, no
Exactly,
grounds.
no grounds. So that was our case when we had to sue the state, right? We were kept on unlawful arrest for a bunch of days, and the food sucked, everything, the conditions were bad. They brought publications, they brought in, and there's no case charge because we didn't fill in any forms. My fingerprint is not in the system. There's no criminal offenses, right? So yeah, so the lawyers were like, okay, cool, we're gonna open this whole case up, we're gonna sort it out. They made it seem like it's gonna be done within 3 months, and then I can talk about it. Like, when people, after they have all these traumatic events, they'll go on Oprah and tell their side of the story. So I thought I was gonna tell it within that year. I thought everything was gonna be wrapped up, and then I'd be able to address it. This is me like a few months later, a year later, 2, 3, 4, nothing is said about it. It eventually even dies out, and then people come up with their own conclusions, and that's it, right? And that's where we at right now even. So the reason it became like that, because it came so messy and so complicated and so back and forth. Man, I don't even know how much we spent on lawyer fees at this point. And it's not even worth it, honestly speaking, because at the end of the day, the money that they offered us was shitty money. You can't... And really, what is the amount to compensate for one's reputation? Let's just talk about that.
Exactly, bro.
What is the amount?
How many deals did you lose because of that?
How many deals? How many people's perception? Everything, And then I think, coming back with all of that in mind, it kind of put me in a place where I didn't want to be in the public eye anymore.
Yeah.
I was pretty much almost done with this shit before that happened because of it was getting too much. But I think that was for me, the last straw. I was like, Yazin, I've had the run with this stuff. Sharp. I'm done. I'm done with this shit right now, And like I said, when you're at your lowest, when you are broken, you listen to the noise, you absorb what people are saying, all the negatives and everything. It came to a point where I was in very deep depression, man. I think even before I understood what depression was, I was probably fucking depressed.
Yeah.
I was probably fucking depressed even before that thing happened, to be honest. Because the events leading up to that day, I was acting very erratic. I was just doing things that are way out of my character, drinking every day on a Monday, so throughout the week. I was just acting like I don't want these things anymore because I probably didn't anymore. I was just tired of everything. Everything was just too much, the pressures. So I think already, I probably already had, but I don't think we didn't diagnose those things then. Eh?
Nah.
We didn't diagnose those things.
2019,
yeah,
2020.
We didn't normalize diagnosing these kind of things. It's kind of like, if I was going to tell anyone about what I was feeling or what I was going through, and I tried to tell some of my friends, but they were kind of just like, dude, why are you being ungrateful? That's how people would see it. Obviously, I don't blame them. It's like, why are you complaining about things that are, coming to you? You should be grateful that they are. Why are you being ungrateful about it? Why are you acting like But at some point, it just becomes too much, man, for a young kid who eventually doesn't know who the hell they are because they just go wherever the wind blows because people want that. People want you to be this person, so you try to be this person. People, want you to be that person, you try to be that person. But who are you?
Pinocchio.
Pretty much.
Story.
You're a puppet. So I felt like that. I felt like I was trying to figure my own shit out. I felt like I don't know if I want to do this for the rest of my life. Or maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe I want to do it in my own way. Maybe I want to change. Maybe like I was so confused, man, going through all these things leading up to that, and then I think after that it was even worse, because now it's that plus all the other things, all the other negatives,
substance abuse.
Yeah, and then I think, I mean, I'm just glad I didn't get into drugs, man. I think my willpower would never let me.
I think you were kind of like Pinocchio, like the story of Pinocchio of
Yeah.
whenever he would lie, his nose would grow longer, right? So whenever you would lie to yourself about certain things, God would like punish you so that you learn like accidents. You know, this shit happening like so that you must stop lying to yourself.
And
like, this is not true.
and I never saw it that way.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that. And I never saw it that way. I always saw it as it's an attack, right? Or maybe, you know, no, sometimes things are just a combination of your own actions and and maybe sometimes God is trying to, in his own way, steer you to a better direction and you just don't see it. You know? And only later on when you're much older and wiser you realize that, oh, okay, so that's what it was. And that's the mindset that I'm in right now. Is I don't think anything can break me at this point, because I know who I am right now. I know what my purpose is right now, much more than I ever did before. I know the things that I want. I know in which way I will get the things that I want. I know who I'm doing it for, why I'm doing it. And I remembered after an absence of not being in it so long, why I loved it, the core of it. Because before all these things was just that 9-year-old boy who just loved being in front of the camera and just loved to perform. And I had to remember that. I had to remember that again. And that's the thing that got reignited after a while and came back, and, you know.
That was when you decided to go back to school.
Yeah, it was that whole journey. And
shout out to you for that, going back to school, man.
Shout out, bro.
After the fame, the money, going back to school and being grounded and sitting in the desk like this again.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, dog.
It was not easy, man, because people obviously still see you as the person that they know on TV, and then, that was a whole thing.
Type of thing.
You know, imagine going through that shit like for 4 years, 5 years, you know. But shit, it was crazy. It was crazy, and now in April, I'm gonna be collecting my second qualification. You know, fast forward. Yeah.
Hey, congrats, bro.
Congrats.
Yeah, shout out, man. But listen to me saying that. I never even thought I was cut out for school at some point. I think I used to. I remember my parents used to have fights about this, bruh. Like from matric and a few years after that. Because they kept trying to like make me go to school. You know, when all these accidents are happening, when they see this fame is getting to me in a different way, and maybe I just they knew what I needed. Because, you know, parents always know, but I didn't know what I needed then. I was fighting it. I wasn't listening. I hated school. Didn't want to. Just like, school for what? Me, I'm not cut out for that shit. Like, yo. But I mean, look, here I am now. And I'm so happy that I did that, bro, because it helped me to find Mbulelo. Finally, dog. Finally, I got to not be that person, not like cut out, strip down, all of those things, and actually learn to be with yourself. I think the hardest thing for a lot of people is that they don't accept themselves for who they are. And it's not an easy thing to do, bro. Trust you me. But I had to learn to do it. I had to look in the mirror deeply and start to not look at that person and judge him, but start loving that person that you see in front of the mirror, man.
Yeah.
Looking back at you. And it's not an easy thing to do. It's a whole journey in itself, man. It's therapeutic, man. You know, but I had to do that. I had to go back and take care of this guy. Yeah. And then what happens when you start taking care of yourself? The universe starts bringing things back to you in a way that's different than before, and you will see it differently than before, because now, you know, you've got the experience, you've got the scars. You understand? You know how to maneuver around it.
How was that journey like? Also, like first year again, orientation, res, like
yes.
I don't think I can do that now, like. But I don't know. Maybe I can. But
I don't think
like,
there's nothing.
Do you think you can go back to school, bro? Like now?
No, not now.
Why?
I'm still that nigga that's like fuck school.
No. I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah.
But I think we can do anything we set our minds to. It's just we'd like to listen to other people's opinions too much.
Yeah.
And we think they matter so much, and they really don't, bro.
And we make them ours.
We make them ours, and then we start internalizing that thing, and then, man, I thought I was never going to be able to get through it. And every single day when people would make a comment like, in, was, I mean, I would go back, to Rez and be like, shit, why am I here again? Fuck, maybe I should just go home. Like, what the fuck? Why am I torturing? Why am I doing this to myself? But then I also had to, in the same breath, remind myself that I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me. This is not for them. They're not on my journey. They don't know what I've seen before I got here. They don't know what events happened to me. They think they know because of what they read, but they don't know me. Hell, I don't even know me fully. So this is my chance to start to get to know me and start doing things for me, regardless of what people think and what they want. And once I started to take ownership of that and put that into my head every single day, I started looking at the experience differently. I started looking at it like, yo, this is actually really nice. And then I started to enjoy it. Then I started to stop looking at all the negatives. I started to look at the positives, started to care about my schoolwork, started to care about being a filmmaker, being a director, realizing all the things that I wanted to do with my life before things got cloudy. And then started to better myself, ganjalo, kancane kancane, you know?
Yeah.
And once you stop giving something power, it entirely doesn't have any power over you. Like when you look, when the minute you give something energy, time, and power, it will overcome you, dog. Because uyayinaga, uyayicabanga, and then you it starts to manifest itself.
That's exactly what they say. Like they say that your mind is like almost like the Titanic.
Yeah.
When you like sink in like negative thoughts, it goes in and it
You
sinks.
go all the way down.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you always have to feed positive
Your
thoughts.
chakras
into your
get
mind.
low, your vibrations get low, and then you start attracting negative things, people, all these things. Then you're like, yeah, you know, these things, bad things keep happening. It's because you are thinking bad things all the time.
Yeah.
And then once you start, you know, doing the opposite of that, you start to look at things differently, and you realize that, you know, what people thought they had power, like the power that you thought they had over you, no longer exists, or actually was non-existent. It was all in your head. You understand? Because even if someone can think something about you, lay from a next door, that's fine. But they'll just stay with their thoughts, lay. When I stay in your own garden, Lana, and feed it and make sure it blooms and it blossoms and everything, and then you'll be surrounded by that positivity. And it's a journey, man. I don't think you do something for a couple of years and then now you have the secret to life.
No, there's no way.
Every day is a struggle, and sometimes you have your low days and everything, you know, such is life.
We spoke about it on the last podcast we had.
Yeah.
KK, that like when you're destined to be successful, you're always gonna have like a rough life, bro.
Dude.
A lot of like obstacles. You know? And you actually told me, B told me once that when I asked him about the music thing, I'm like, what do you think you're gonna make it, what? He was like, many niggas won't make it because they're gonna give up.
Yes.
You know, if you're still going on, you're going to make it eventually. Like,
That's it.
The only reason why you fail is because you give up. You gave up.
it.
It's child.
It doesn't matter how long it takes. Some people it takes a year, some people it takes 10 years, some people, but the fact that you keep going, that's the important thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if at some point I told myself, because I mean, I remember the mindset that I had when I started school and everything back then. I was like, I'll never go back to acting again. I'm done with the industry. I'm done in. And I feel like me having that mindset repelled a lot of opportunities from that industry, because already I was saying no. So everything didn't come. But the moment I started to open up my mind, I was like, hey, maybe I should go back. Why shouldn't I go back? why am I still punishing myself for things that happened years ago? Maybe I should go back because I actually love this thing. Maybe I was still thinking like that in my head, right? After I graduated the first time, like last year, I was like, maybe I should go back. Maybe it doesn't have to be what I think it is. And the minute I started to think like that, things just came, literally.
Like opportunities just sort of...
They just came. I just got a phone call within like a month coming back home. You know, came back from Pretoria, a month in. I think it was even less than that. 2 weeks. I got a phone call. Yo, so there's this opportunity for a role on the Queen.
The Fergusons.
What do you think?
Oh yeah, the Queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it working on the Queen, bro? Apparently they screw people off. Is it true?
Man, I hate.
But you won't say.
Yeah. So no. The thing is, I also became one of the people who read things and think it's true. Before I worked there, and went in there already on the defensive with the mindset of, they say this about you guys, so you are probably like this. And then I reminded myself, I was like, oh, wouldn't you be unhappy for someone to read something about you and think that's what it is? Don't you want to let people get the opportunity to know the facts? And then I started to actually take a step back and I looked at what happened and I could not see a single thing that was said that was negative. The only thing that I saw was people who took something out of nothing, made it something so successful, so positive, so huge that they got negative people saying things. Because you always have haters, right?
Obviously.
When you have something successful, that's successful on that level, on that platform. I started to see Uguti, maybe the people who were saying that are just haters. How about that? Because I had a wonderful working experience there. Got the best money I've ever gotten in my career. And got to relive that thing that reminded me of why I do this in the first place. I'm not complaining. You know, and once I started to do that and focus on me and leave office politics and leave people's politics and thoughts and everything and just focus on what I came to do, you know, it just made the experience all the more better for me. And I think I've always wanted to work in a Ferguson production before. Just never got the opportunity to before because of contractual things and whatever have you. But yeah, now I finally got to work in a Ferguson production.
That's crazy how you got it like last season of the Queen.
Yeah,
the last season.
To close it off and
end,
everything. You know, it was crazy like that, and it was nice to be back on the hamster wheel, as they say, and just to experience the things that I hadn't experienced in a. I felt like it was the first time all over again. You know.
Oh shit!
I felt like I popped my cherry again. You know, like okay, seeing things with a different lens. And this time it was better. I was all the more better for it because now I'm seeing more than I used to see before, because now I actually understand behind the scenes. I actually understand cinematography, lighting, directing and all that. So I'm not just going there with an actor's eye, but I'm also looking at everything around me. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, so they used that light to set that up. And then, so my mind is like in Wonderland now, you know, and I've got this whole newfound love and passion for it. And it was a really amazing experience for me. And then while I was doing that, I get another phone call about Showmax.
The movie.
Yeah. Get another phone call about Showmax. Like, yo, so we want you to be in our film. It's a romantic comedy.
Wait, so you don't audition, basically.
So let's go back. So let's go back.
This nigga has an audition, bro.
So let's go back to the fact that who am I again? I'm Mbulelo Katise, bro. I worked hard for this. I worked hard to be able to get phone calls about roles, man. I mean, of course, I audition here and there. You know, Denzel also still auditions here and there and other people. But I am blessed enough every now and then to get a phone call to people that I didn't even give my number to, but they'll find me and they'll be like, we want you for this. And I'll be like, okay, let's go. Yeah, man. And that's exactly what it is. I think, yeah, look at it as a lawyer or a doctor. They work all these years so that they are able to charge
this amount. Yeah.
So that's how I see it.
So you know? There's no like manager or agent?
Oh, I have an agent.
Oh,
I have an agent. Yeah, you have to have representation, contractual things, and you know, for the sake of finding other things here and there. But last year I was lucky enough to make their job very easy, so I didn't have to do much.
So they get like commission basically from like,
yeah. That's such happens with an agent,
From
so.
what they get you or anything you get.
Yeah, so when you sign with an agency, there's an onboard contract, performance contract that you have, a standard agreement really, on the onset that whatever job that you get under them they'll take this percentage off and they'll negotiate your contract and so I mean it's, even if they don't work in terms of getting you the role directly, but they have to work in terms of negotiating the fee that you want, right? Because that's a job on its own and it takes a certain skill, right? To be able to command a certain amount of money. Because when you do it yourself as an actor, it's not always going to end so well, right?
Yeah, you might not get the job.
You might not get the job, or you might get too scared to ask for a certain amount because you think so that's what an agent is there for. It's there for you to be like, nah, tell them to up it by 20 racks. And then they go and get your...
I always wanted to know, like, when it comes to certain roles, like you know how on Netflix, you'll find, like, the same faces on, like, different productions. Like,
yeah.
Like, maybe, like, a new face pops out of nowhere and then she's just, like, on every show. Is it, like, because of talent? Or is it because of, like, other things that happen behind the scenes?
I think...
Because it's like, it's shocking. Like, every single... maybe, like, yeah, you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
But, like, sometimes, like, everything, bro. Like, every
Netflix... I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
In most cases. I mean... Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of talented people out there. But then there's also those individuals that get by on who they know, right? And then there's also those individuals who get by on other things, which we shall not mention. But, some people get work in various ways, I guess. Not everyone, but some. There are those people. We have to put it out there and let it be known that there are those people who will, compromise themselves in any way, physically, whatever. They'll bend over to get a role. And we're not here to judge, but it is what it is. Let's just put it out there.
Do you think you'll be that guy since you have your own production company? One day, like when it's big, and you
be that guy who's gonna like bend over?
No, who's gonna make people bend over?
No. Either way, no. No, because I know how much it sucks to be in that position, bro. I've been in that position where you have the talent for something and you deserve something, but it gets literally blocked and you see it get physically blocked by certain gatekeepers that want to exploit you. I mean, we can't not talk about it. This happens in entertainment, in corporate, everywhere. Yeah. Where there's people who gatekeep and they abuse their power, right? And they exploit people. They want to sleep with people or have some sort of dominance or have whatever leverage over people just because they can. And I don't think I'd be able to sleep at night if I would compromise my own integrity and my own beliefs and values in order to get something or make someone else do the same.
Yes.
Like, how would I sleep at night knowing Guti, I made that person... Like, I traumatized them, essentially, bro. Like, next thing, buyers hang. Even in their success, buyers hang because of that thing that they had to do to get that. And their very life is a reminder of what they had to do to get that. I mean, I don't think people, or the people who do that, understand how that affects... Dude, you are traumatizing people. You're killing them. Essentially, like slowly, bro, because then even in their success, they'll feel like they're a fraud.
Yeah,
they won't know that they truly deserve this thing or not because you exploited them.
So all industries are like this, actually.
All of them, bro. All of them. Just some more than others, I guess.
I think music is like
Entertainment is the worst, bro.
Acting.
Like entertainment.
Hollywood,
Hollywood. Entertainment. When I say entertainment, I'm counting music, everything in entertainment is the worst.
There's always a part
when it comes to that because
there's always
a part involved.
Yeah, man. it's but hey, some people gotta do what they gotta do, right?
And at least you matured now, like you know what you're there for.
Yeah, that's why I know that And I mean, I think for me, if it missed me this long, why would I start now? I feel like it would be so random to just like, let me just give in now. After all these years of not giving in, I think I've learned to be patient enough to know that what's mine is mine, and what's not mine will.
Was it a male or female that wanted you to bend off?
Males.
Shit. And these are well-known males in the industry.
Yeah, powerful.
Yeah, that's wild, bro.
You know, that's as far as I'll go on talking about that, because it's very touchy. But
we ain't trying to get shot, though.
Yeah, it's very touchy. But it just sucks that certain people have the power to control your career from their seat, because of a phone call or whatever that they can say about you, and they have the power to control whether you work or you don't work.
That's fucked up.
Which is very messed up.
That's fucked up.
You know,
bro.
but
that's what I hate about also like working for someone. Although I am looking for someone.
Yeah,
I respect the company a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that like
I agree with you.
they've got like control over your destiny, bro.
They do.
Just by like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
can I tell you what it was, right? What that made me to be so unhappy at the time where I was supposed to be very happy about something. And it took me so long to realize what it actually was the fact that I hate working for people. I genuinely think I hate working for people because I'm not destined to do that. I'm destined to work for myself. I'm destined to employ and not be an employee for the rest of my life. You know, there's certain instances, yes, you have to work for people when you're an actor and whatever. Yeah. But I just mean like in general, I want to control my own narrative. And I think that was the thing that irked me the most about this, was all these things were happening. People are like, yeah, you're supposed to be happy about what you have, but they don't know behind the scenes what I'm going through. I'm trying to move from this situation to another, but I can't because of certain things, certain puppet masters. And then what's that going to do to you? It's going to affect you, but who can you talk to it about? No one. You can't talk to people about that.
Maybe
because you might tell you can't. Yeah. Because you might tell the wrong person.
Oh, shit, yeah.
You might tell the wrong person. And I think that's the thing that that made me to want to be so independent so much more. Because I went through it myself personally. Like, I've had people make advances on me uncomfortably. So, I mean, I remember there was this gig that they booked us for in 2018. I mean, not 2018, 2017, right? And this was, I think, about a month after the whole Springs thing. Yeah, like a month or 5 weeks before that. It was just before that thing. And, yo, man, I don't think I've ever been through something like that before, bro. Like, so they book a whole bunch of us celebrities. We go to Mpumalanga. There's a gig there. Young guys, right? Like myself, actors as well. And then I get there and I notice something. Like, when we get on the bus, okay, they give us a whole bunch of alcohol. They don't really say what we there to do. They just say, hi, appearance, fine. Here's money involved. Okay, cool. It's like Feb, who doesn't want a couple of racks, right? You know, the year's still starting out and all that. So we go there, but unbeknownst to me, when I get there, they tell me, yeah, actually, we forgot to book your room. What. I'm like, how can you book for all these other 30 people and forget me? What's going on? You know, that's the first red flag that I saw there. And then I realized that, no, these people didn't forget. They're trying to like set me up with something, right? So they forced me to like share a room with someone that, like, you know, I don't know how to put this without sounding like you know, but I know for a fact that this person has a certain reputation about making advances to guys, right? And
when he's a guy.
Yeah, and I'm not about that, you know. So I was like, hey, so I wasn't comfortable, right? I was just like, so now we must share a double bed. And everyone else gets to sleep in their own rooms. Why me specifically? So I fought with the organizer, who's also in the industry, by the way, who was also actually orchestrating that whole thing. Bruh. And then, long story short, I end up not getting a room. So I was like, okay, fine, not. I'm just gonna see what plan I can make. I'll call up Natasha. She was also on the gig there, Tahan. I was like, yo, Natasha, this is the situation, bro. So I don't know. Can I sleep on the floor on your room?
Yeah.
I don't even mind sleeping pants as long as, cause that situation there, I'm not about to have that. Okay, she's like, alright, cool, it's fine. And then we get to the gig later on that night, you know, so I change everything, get to the gig later on that night. Must figure. That person that I was supposed to be in the room with is like, young Valele Makonin, like, twins, it was like a stadium event. People are going in, having a good time. Hey, this person like blocks me, like, you know, like on some shelling vibes. You know, like when guys by shell sharing, they did that vibe. I was like, dude, yo, what's going on with you? Too close, bro. What's happening now? And he was like making advances, like, but uncomfortably so, to the point like now I was getting like irritated and angry. Like, yeah, bro, you know what I can do for you? I'm like, dude, don't touch me, bro. What's going on? I heard what's in, and I don't fuck with what you guys did. Acts like he doesn't know what I'm talking about, and then he starts talking about, yeah, so I can give you, you know, certain things. He starts like making offers. So I know at the time he had like influence in the SABC, and he could get me like shows and stuff. So these were his words, right? I can get you this, I can get you that. And then he starts talking about my sister, and yeah, you know, she works for me, right? I'm her new boss in it. So I'm like, are you threatening? What's going on? Like, what you saying? Hey, I get mad, bro. You know, and long story short, we start having a tussle, like push him and gets physical, and then they like stop us and whatnot, a bunch of other people. And then it was so uncomfortable. I was so like, yo, so was I actually called here to be like someone's dog? That's the long story short.
Yeah, basically.
That's the long story short. I was like, these people were trying to set me up to so that so that shit fucked with me, bro. I don't wanna lie, like, cause before that happened, I had other things happen to me where people, they would make advances, but I'd just be like, whatever. But that was like the first time it happened, like 9-9 straight up. I was like, bro, now I understand how uncomfortable women feel when guys are just like too pushy, bro. It's not cool, dog.
Yeah.
It really isn't cool. Like when someone doesn't, that's why I'm passionate about the fact that I would never be that guy, even when I am in a position of power, when my production company starts doing bigger productions and I'm casting and everything. Yo, we can't be normalizing couch casting and all that shit. That shit has to stop, bro. The fact that there's still people in my industry right now who I know and people know as well that are still doing it, bro. And no one's calling them out.
Bro.
No one's saying anything.
I think that's what makes it worse.
And they still have the money, the success, everything. And they still, on top of all of that, they still the gatekeepers.
After years.
You understand? That shit makes me so mad, bro. It makes me so mad because nobody's saying anything and they can just get away with murder. But you step into one place by mistake and you wrong place, wrong time, and you get crucified for the rest of your life. You know, such is life, right? You know, this thing no balance, man. It's like, for me,
But you know why though?
Yeah.
I think because it's not like you said, it's not just in acting, but like every industry, bro, even in government, this shit happens. Politicians do the same shit too.
Nobody calls them out.
Politicians, corporate, it's just like the elite. They do that type of shit, bro. All of them, you know what I'm saying?
It's scary, man. It's scary. And I think, if anything, it just makes me want to be more independent in everything that I do, more and more, bro. Like, I don't want anyone to have any power over me, over my future, over the fact that am I going to have bread tomorrow or not. Trust me, that's not a position to be in. It's not nice. It really isn't nice. And I mean, our industry already is in a place where even if you sign a contract today, tomorrow you can be out, bro. Yeah. Don't think that contract's going to save you. They fired 16 people on Generations. They had contracts. They fired them publicly in front of us and nobody did shit.
Yeah.
So you're not safe when you're working for someone. Let's keep it all the way real. You know, until you are in a position to be self-sufficient and have your own thing going, I don't think you can really relax in this world, man.
Ownership
is everything. It's power, bro. It's pretty much taking your power back. And you controlling your fate and deciding what you want for yourself.
Yeah. But it's not easy though. Yeah?
It's not easy, bro. You gotta what's easy, man?
Yeah, nothing worthwhile is easy.
What's easy, bro? Like you gotta fight for this shit, obviously. And we're still fighting. I'm still fighting, There's a couple of things that I already have in place, but I'm still fighting off a couple of things. But I know that when I get to a certain point, I won't have to fight much anymore. Fighting is always going to be there, but it's just going to be on a different level
of fighting.
Yeah.
Tell us about the music, bro.
Yeah, man.
McLeod.
That's it. So people always ask me, why McLeod? Why McLeod? That's my second name.
I know.
You know. He knows. Most people are like, did you just suck a name out of your ass or something? Nah. So McLeod came from my second name, which is McLeod, Mbulelo McLeod. So I was looking for names as a rapper, like what can I call myself? And I just decided to do something that's more me, that comes from home. I was like, okay, then let me just make a play on my own. And the Mac part of it was also because I'm a huge Mac Miller fan as well. So
for real?
Yeah. So I was just like, let me just put an A there, because mine doesn't have an A, right? It's just MC. Yeah. It's a McLeod. It's a Scottish name, Scottish clan. My grandfather was very creative, and he liked this other actor called Duncan McLeod, and he's like, yeah, man, let me call him McLeod.
Yeah.
I used to hate that name growing up. I don't wanna lie.
It is a very white name, bro.
It was very weird for me. I was just like, why? But I grew to like it, and understand, where he was coming from. It's something that meant something to him, and he means something to me. So, I ended up warming up to it. And bro. But the music. So I started the music around. I could actually say I started it before I actually started it. Because
you're managing.
We were rolling around with Ebola Funk and all of them. We'd go into studio sessions. We'd write with each other sometimes. Hey dog, how about you do this? We'd always jump in, add little things. But I don't think I had the confidence to do it myself until around 2017, where I was like, okay, I'm actually gonna do this.
I remember because you guys would come to my house, and then we chill and have a fire, and you guys would freestyle.
Yeah, bro.
And you would jump in and yeah.
Cause dude, we were listening to rappers 24/7, dog.
Yeah.
We were the culture. I think we've always been immersed fully in the culture. The way we dressed, the way we spoke. ASAP Rocky, that whole about Kendrick, that whole era on their come up was the biggest thing for us. Sir Michael Rocks, KC Veggies, Rocky Fresh, all these guys, Mac Miller. We grew up on that backpack rap kind of stuff. And, and that's what influenced, our love for music and hip hop, and my love for music and hip hop. But I could rap their songs back to front like this, but I was always nervous about my own. Hey, bro, when it's you, but no, you can't hide behind someone's pen game and say, that verse was whack. Ooh, baba. So I think I had to start building up my confidence and be like, okay, look, I know you've always wanted to do this yourself. But even Lafang used to encourage me, and I would be like, hey, bro, I don't know, hey. He's like, dude, you're already an actor, you're big, just make music, bro, you'll pop. And I always be like, hey, bro, I don't know about that. Let's just push you for now. I don't know about that. But I think eventually I finally listened to all those voices and the voice in my head, which was like, hey, there's no time like the present, man. Let's just... I dropped my first single in 2017 called Still Shining. And the message behind that song was for obvious reasons. 2017 was that year where all that shit happened. So it was kind of like a reminder to myself, to other people, besides all the things that are going on, I'm still here, I'm still shining. And that's the hook, even, in the verses. That's what they spoke about. They thought I would fall, but I'm shining through. This kid is gonna ball, and that's just the truth. I did it. I'm shining through.
Hey. You should spit a 16 for us, actually.
Listen to this one.
He should. He's also a rapper.
Listen to this one. I heard. So I was telling him about the track that I heard today, Utan.
Oh yeah.
Fuck with that shit.
Shut up. He doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it. I like it. You know why I like it? Because it's very new age. I see what you did there. And that's the sound right now.
I think that's why we have different opinions on it. Because I know the old him. So I'm like, and I still need to catch up with the new him.
No, so what I think Caleb, you also need to support him with is the fact that as much as so you can hold on to your old, your core rap, but bring it into a new sound. But bring it into a new sound as well, because unfortunately we're trying to make it in this industry, right, with the music and everything, and kind of have to do the things that are relevant to that time. So that's why I like that song, because I heard the bars. I could hear that, this guy can rap. On the verses, I could hear the wordplay. Sure. I could hear the flows, switch ups, everything. I was like, this dude can rap. And he was trying something different here, and it worked. It clicked.
Shut up.
So I think you can keep your essence, but still jump on a different sound or a sound that's commercial, but still keep, a bit of yourself there. Sure. I don't think you necessarily have to compromise. Shane Eagle did it at a point. Yeah. Before he kept quiet and
disappeared
and did his thing. But yeah, he had that formula at a certain point. Where, with Yellow, that album.
Yeah, that album was
still a classic, because you can hear he's a rapper's rapper, but he also made the songs commercially viable enough. He even said it on one of the songs there, right?
Yeah.
I have to balance these bars with being commercially viable.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what it is, right?
Facts.
Yeah, so shout out to you on that, man.
Thanks, man.
Don't make me spit a 16. I'm not a freestyler, bro. I should have written a verse.
One of your best verses, you would think.
One of my best verses, ne? Should I do it now?
Yeah, do it right now. There's a camera right there. Do it right now, bro.
Shit, so much pressure, man. Yo, okay, cool. Can I play along with it, like the beat or something, or should I just?
I don't know. What do you think?
Just go straight.
No, okay.
Just go in, bro.
Damn, so much pressure, man. Looking at the game like I'm chilling on the treetop. Niggas like, let's take a look what he got. Who willing to take these chains and go as far as us? Start the tab, ready to get my bars up. Cause I'm charged up. Like a Tesla with the arms up. Culture vultures been eating and got me starved up. Coming for all of the meals, no need to charge us. When I arrived, a duck and dive, the bar is up. Road to perdition, nearly got my mind caged. Never enslaved cause I got success crave. Yeah. I'm gonna get it, no need to measure my limit. I'm on the road to the riches, could give a fuck by the ticket. Young boy, big dreams, I never gave me an option. So tell me, who gonna stop it? Y'all can't imagine all this pain that I've been through. Yeah, cause it's the same shit again and again, man. Y'all been through. Y'all been through. Change the blueprint, nothing more. Fuck, sorry. Change the blueprint. I'm nothing short of exclusive. The best waiter came to serve him a few tips. Closet full of couture. Yours is full of manure. It only fits me what I got in store. In the museum, rearranging all the artifacts. Pardon that, they gon' call this an art attack. I won't be mad if the concept is hard to grasp.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
And now I got me a new girl. And she exclusive cause she ain't where the news is. She told me drop a bomb on them. 9/11. The time I wrote this verse. Just don't be tweaking when you see me ride your hearse.
Hey!
Yeah. Cause life's a blessing and a curse. Been blessed, this the calm before the storm. God next, every time when I perform. Been ahead of the time, moving at my own pace. Peace seeker, I've been chilling in home base. Make my home run, only settle for first place. Cause I'm charged up. Like a Tesla with the arms up. Culture vultures been eating and got me starved up. Coming for all of the meals, no need to charge us. Charged up.
Hey.
I fucked up here and there, but that's something like that. Something like that.
Oh shit!
It's a freestyle that I did. Was it last year? Yeah, beginning of last year, over like a Drake beat.
Oh, yeah.
Charged
the
up.
Same charged up.
Yeah.
I dropped that just before my EP, the warm up EP, and I think I was just sick of cause I used to do all these singles and everything, and people but can you really rap though? Cause we know you as an actor, and I think that's a lot to live up to. I was like, okay, let me just get a simple beat where I can just talk my shit and just You know,
Talk your shit.
talk my shit. I might have messed it up here and there because the pressure. Ooh, goddamn.
Yo, bro, you can feel your pain and everything through the lyrics, bro.
It's still on YouTube to this day,
I'll check
so
it out.
people can check it out. The actual one, not the one that I did here.
The actual song.
Yeah, the actual one. The actual one's proper.
You were saying something?
You can feel everything like you're going through the music, like the way you write your shit, like.
Yeah, because that was
you can hear what he was going through.
Yeah. That was you know, I mean, if you can listen to the lyrics as well, talking about the culture vultures, because I was talking about all these people that kind of like, what do they call them these days? Industry plants, like people that kind of just get shit this easy because of the backup that happens behind the scenes. You understand? And we out here working for this, grinding for it. You understand? But you know, the reason I had to rap on the charged up beat because I was so charged up. I think my mindset, I was getting to a point where my tank was refueled, bro. And I was like, you know what? I'm done delaying the music. I'm done delaying my acting, everything that I wanted to do, and kept delaying because of what people think or what I think people think or what I'm thinking about myself. Fuck all that. I was like at a point where I don't need to prove anything anymore. I know what I have, I know what I've got, and I'm just gonna put it out there. And I think that's what those lyrics came from.
You know who you are now.
Yeah, you understand. I'm ready for the next step, and we're moving forward. And if you can listen to the EP as well, the warm up EP, I've got about 7 tracks there, you know. But the way I put those tracks, they kind of like it's like a book, chapter by chapter in a way.
It's like a story.
It's like a story. You understand? It all goes one into the other. You understand? And from the opening, Free Mac, the opening intro is called Free Mac. Free Mac said, I want my respect back. I want to get these checks back plus a little more. That's why I go hard. Check out what's in store. You know, that's the whole. And I decided to do like a live kind of instrumentation on that one, because I didn't want the music to, you know, sort of over pollute the message.
Did you have a listening session?
Oh, for that, yeah, I did a couple of like warm up launches in Pretoria. I was still in Pretoria at the time. I did a couple there. Did one in Jos. You know, I still think I could have pushed it more, but I mean, yeah, that's why now I'm focused on the visuals this year. I'm focused on the visuals. So we took out visuals for Gang Shit, which was my lead single. Took out the visuals in December, and now we're about to drop Ivy League. The visuals. I think I sent you the promo. I sent you the promo. So yeah, that one we wanna go even bigger with that one. We wanna do like a whole video launch for it, and we wanna push it to television first before YouTube's and all that. Wanna do it properly, the way it's supposed to be. Because I think I invested more into that, because I started to realize that also I think as artists we don't invest too much into our craft, but we expect it to, you know,
to pay you, like
to give off fruit,
to give you ROI when you haven't even invested much.
we expect it to give us more fruit, but we don't invest too much into it. So I think the more you invest in your art, and when I say invest, I don't think people are hearing me. They think now I must be a millionaire, and yeah, no, we're not all millionaires yet, but whatever that you have, make sure that you put as much as you can into that product. If you really believe in something, there won't be a doubt about its returns. You understand? You can't. I mean, when they book my company Art Masters Productions to shoot music videos, now I work with a lot of upcoming artists, few known names here and there. But then some of the upcoming guys would cry about when I charge them 7K for a music video, and that's the starting price, right? And I mean, that's little, bro. If you can consider the fact that you want 4K quality, you want a drone, you want all the logistics done, you want the editing to be on the standard of being on TV, you understand? And all these things that have to come into play. The lighting must be there. You want product in marukala nge 7K. When you want 2.5, marufuna e product like, you understand? So people need to start investing more into their things. Offense, I think, fuck, and that was a few years ago. Now Because I see his wife shoots the smaller projects. He doesn't even shoot them anymore.
Yeah, he's like...
He doesn't even shoot the smaller videos anymore. And because his starting price, I think, is like 30, 25, somewhere. Starting. When I say starting, I mean like basic music video. Like he's just going to shoot Nina at a hotel or endlini, swimmer, ninja, and whatnot. Just a basic video.
Yeah.
You know, but quality, but basic. And then people are crying about that. People are investing in their videos, bro.
Yeah.
And I mean, the more money you make, the more money you have to put back in it. Donald in his prime was easy spending 120K and above for his videos.
I think AKA said that actually
It
in
was.
his interviews. He said that he spent, I think, 200K in one of his... The Lemons to Lemonade video.
Yeah.
Like, he spent a lot of money
The
on
more,
it, bro.
the more money you make, the more you gotta put into it.
Yeah.
The more you have to put into it, bro. And I mean, that's so when if you have 10 rand to shoot the music video, gotta use your 8 rand, bro. Don't forget your 2 rand yako, so you can just have some bread to eat.
Gotta be smart about it.
gotta be smart about it.
But what I liked about your freestyle, bro, is the bars, bro. Like, I miss hearing bars, bro. Like,
shit. So
that's what I used to like about people, most people back then.
Yeah.
Like the bars,
bars,
bro.
nah.
The shit that he would, the wordplay, dog. Like, it gets you thinking, bro. Like,
I think that's why I say I'm more of a writer than a freestyler.
yeah.
Cause naturally I think I got a nice pen, whether it's music or like a script or whatever. I really enjoy writing. That's one of the things that I've always loved and I still do, you know. But with the music side of things, cause I used to, they told me when I started this whole therapy thing back in like 2017, didn't really work out for me, right? I went there once or twice. She's like, yo, talk, bruh. I'm like, about what? Bruh. I don't know. For me, the therapy thing didn't work. But the one thing that I did take away from her is that, you know, try write your things down. Try write how you feel down. Because I think I'm not able to always articulate how I feel when I say it. But when I write it down, I can specifically, you know, I know exactly what to say. Especially when I'm like, you know, in my... So I think, yeah, man, that's where the bar... And I enjoy listening to bars as well from rappers. I love rappers who actually leave me more filled with like a message and everything than I was before listening to them.
Food for thought.
Yeah, bro. Like I like to think about something and be like, shit, damn.
Top 5. Yo! Who's your top 5? Dead or alive?
Ab-Soul is definitely there at number 5. K-Dot has to be there. J. Cole is there. Mac Miller is there. How many did I mention?
4.
4, right? Fuck, number 1. Damn. So I think with all of these names, my top 5, I'm not putting them in order of like who's number 1. It's just the top 5 guys that I think, you know, I listen to the most or like influence me the most in terms of this rap shit. Damn. Oh, I'm thinking so many names right now and I don't even know which one to choose from. But
one more name.
Oh, god damn, bro. I have to at least go with man, I don't think people understand how Sir Michael Rox's wordplay is so crazy, bro. That guy is so underrated. And the wordplay on all his songs has always been, and the flow, bro, like, I don't know. I still listen to his old shit even to this day.
Yeah.
Just because, like, the things he used to say were always over our heads. It's crazy like that. But, yeah, man, those are the guys that... I mentioned those guys because those are the guys that kind of like got me into this hip hop shit. And then honorable mention, Weezy F Baby.
Straight up.
Come on. Yeah. Lil Wayne has... Nji.
The wordplay, yo.
And for me, he's amazing even more for the fact that he doesn't even use a pen, bro. Some of us are out here penning shit down. His mind is
So
just...
he always freestyles? Wayne.
Yeah, so he said he stopped using a pen after... So remember that mixtape that he dropped? what was it called? 10,000. Was it called 10,000 hours or some shit like that? Where he said he rapped all his verses that he ever wrote and finished them, and then after that he stopped using the pen. Yeah. So I think he did it. He released it 2007 or 8, and there was this whole freestyle and mixtape that he did where he just kept rapping all his verses. He put all his verses in a pile like this, went into studio, they got a DJ there who just kept changing beats, and then he took his verses one by one. I'm a page wonk. Plus back then they used to write guys on a book, and he just rapped all of them until he was done with all of them, and then he burnt that shit. He's like, now everything I'm gonna do from now on, I'm just gonna from the.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I've seen his process. Have you seen his videos on like YouTube? And
No,
stuff?
I haven't.
So he'll like get into a thought process and say something, and then when he gets stuck on a line or a word, he'll just keep repeating it until like the next thing comes. Like, Jay-Z does a similar thing.
Yeah, he also does it.
Yeah, it's so crazy, dude. Some people are just so talented. It's inspiring. But yeah, man.
You know whose thought process I always wonder, like K Dot, bro.
Yeah.
I always wonder how he like does it, bro.
So
he paints pictures, bro.
Kendrick is so vividly, man. To Pimp a Butterfly turned 9 yesterday, right? And man, that album for me was still one of his great. I still think it's his best album. I know people are like, yeah, but what about all his albums are dope, nah, but he did something so different with To Pimp a Butterfly for me. I don't know. I don't know where his mind was at there, bro. The things he was talking about on that record, but I wasn't so hard on this new one. Like, I liked it.
I actually fuck with the new one a lot, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, it's fire, bro.
I don't know if it was because I waited so long that I put my expectations way high, and then because for me, when I listened to his new project and listened to Absol's new project, I fucked with Absol's one more.
I think it's gonna grow on you, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Perhaps, nah?
Hey, again. Perhaps it could grow on you, bro. Music does grow on you eventually.
I guess.
You know?
I mean, he'll always be in the conversation.
Always.
We got 20 minutes left.
Shit. Yeah, K-Dot will always be in the conversation. That you cannot deny him. But yeah, man, I just think Absol is so underrated, and people don't understand that this nigga can go bar for bar with Kendrick.
Yeah.
He can go bar for bar, dog.
But he's underrated though.
Well, I don't think so.
Absolutely.
Which one don't you think so?
I don't think
That
he can go bar for bar with Kendrick.
You think he can't?
Nah.
Who do you
Have you listened to enough of Absol
Yeah, I was his fan, Futhi Kakhulu,
when they were coming up?
Yeah. One of my favorite songs, I think, is everyone's favorite song by him. Like, number 2, that song.
On which album? Was it like that?
Absol, the abstract asshole. Give the people what they need. Damn right, let them know.
What's that thing? Tree of what? That album was it a mixtape that he did with, and then where like they would jump on each other's interludes because he has like Kendrick's interlude on that project, and then Kendrick has Absol's interlude on his. They used to do that type of shit, but I still think he's very underrated, man. His pen game and his wordplay is just, it's so crazy. And the project that he dropped now, man, I feel like for a lot of people who are also going through mental health issues and all that, it's a really good listen because he overcame so many things. I mean, I'm not saying like, he ran his race and he's done. He's still going through shit, but he's at a point where he overcame a lot of heavy things.
With his girlfriend.
His girlfriend committed suicide. And his Mac Miller, his best friend, had an OD. He's got this skin condition where he can't like be in the sun, so he always has to be indoors because it messes up with his skin and shit and all that. He's got mental health issues himself. He had drug addictions himself. He had all these things happening to him, and like he came out like a stronger man. Like my highlight track from that album was "Do Better." It was like a self mantra. Gotta do better.
Oh
yeah. You heard that one?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah. The message there is just self-explanatory, bro. Kind of like taking ownership
of your mistakes.
Exactly.
What you were saying the whole time.
That's why I relate
accountability.
So much. Exactly.
I like Go Off. Go
Off is dope.
Go Off is dope. I think a very underrated nigga though is Joey, bro. Joey Badass.
How did I not mention Joey Badass?
Did you listen to 2000?
How did I listen to
Yo.
him? How did I not
Album.
mention Joey Badass? That's also like my nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, Joey, since 1999, man.
Yo, fam.
And the crazy thing about him is he's my age spitting those bars.
Bruh.
Yeah, he's 95.
Yo.
I was watching his videos, like his first videos. I was like, this nigga was a
But
dog,
if you
and
can
he was
listen-
that crazy. Yeah.
Pro era
yo.
back
You can
then.
listen
Yo,
to him on
bro.
1999. That nigga was 14, 15 spitting those bars, dog.
Cabang, dude.
Like,
Yeah, he's a young king.
yeah, his mind is.
They call him a young king.
Yo.
He is a young king.
He is.
Salute to him and shout out to him finally doing the acting thing as well.
Yeah, and he's
He's
killing
killing
it,
it.
bro.
Killing it. He's
Yeah.
so
Yo, he's
successful
fire,
right now,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
When I look at Joy, I don't know. I treat him like he's, you know, that nigga that you watched in J.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like one of the boys. Like,
Yeah.
Every time I see him winning, I'm like, that's one for the boys.
What I also fuck with about him is he's conscious as fuck, bro.
Blind.
He's mad conscious.
Crazy.
Bro. From a young age, bro.
Crazy.
And he sticks to it. He doesn't
Crazy.
change.
He doesn't
Nah,
change.
yeah,
Like he's got a
he's
balance
consistent.
of it though also.
what
He's
we're
not, like,
talking
too
about,
conscious.
Jabo.
Yeah.
He knows how to like balance it out and all that.
Hmm.
What are the things that we haven't spoken about today that we gotta get off the chest? You've heard about the I told you about that shandies that people wanna know about. I told you about the acting stuff. Told you about the music stuff. Is there anything else?
I think from the other one, because we had backup audio, no?
Yeah.
I think I might take some of it and put it in the end of this, maybe.
Okay,
or
okay,
some
just
shit
like
that
as
we
a
haven't
bonus
touched
clips
on.
and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because we said a lot of shit. And we could go on the whole day.
We could.
Hey,
I wish we
bro,
could go on the
we
whole day.
really
bro.
Young
could.
turn.
We really could, man.
You know, it's been an amazing interview. Thank you for coming through, bro.
Thank you for having me, gents.
appreciate
Like
you so much,
it's
bro.
nice to talk and have conversations.
Real
And
life
real life
conversations.
conversations. I think at the end of the day, that's what this thing is about. There's a lot of people going through their own things in private. So I think if some of us can just like talk about our own baggage in front of people so that other people can maybe feel better about themselves,
Facts.
and then we've helped at least one person, man. And that's what we're here trying to do, trying to inspire, trying to just do more. So shout out to you guys also for this platform. Wishing you nothing but success, growth. You know, I mean, a year from now, I know we're going to be having a different conversation because we're going to be making sure with you guys must have a sponsor. You guys are going to have like proper things happening. Going to have a crew. Someone's going to be behind that camera controlling it. Someone's going to be booming sound or
Facts,
whatever
bro.
the case
Facts,
is,
bro.
you know. That's what I see a year from now. A whole team behind you guys. Just keep pushing, don't stop. You know, like don't let anything discourage you or let anyone discourage you. Like keep on going. I don't think we have enough platforms, especially in our city, in the East. For a lot of things. And that's why even for personally with Art Masters Productions, my production company, when we're gonna start shooting our first films, I have to cast from here as well. I have to cast from the East. I have to shoot from here as well. There was this thing that my sister shot. I think I also shot like a couple of episodes there a few years ago, Follows the Street, and it was based on this thing, the storyline about Daviton. And guess where we shot that?
Davidson.
In Naturena.
Hey.
I was so mad, bro.
Even the Lebo Matosa thing, right?
Well, at least the Lebo Matwasa thing that we shot
Davidson.
in Davidson. Yeah. So at least no BET for that one wanted to make sure that we
Okay.
make sure we shoot. I just think they could have done a better job with the script though. Like how can you have a Lebo Matwasa story and not include Bongo Mafi?
Yeah.
Like they failed on that one. They fumbled on that one. But yeah, we gotta check. We got to say we're on BET. So shout out. You know. I also did that. Was it? Yeah, it was early last year. I did that. What was that brand? Slow Mag advert with Uncle Waffles. That shit was also a nice highlight. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Waffles.
A whole Waffles. Yeah, did that with her. That was dope. So I mean, now, so I'm busy shooting something else now. I just can't really contractually because I still
Yeah, keep it.
But,
We got one more question though for
yeah.
you though. You always ask it.
Yeah.
You always ask the question.
Oh, yeah. What would you do if you only had 24 hours left to live?
What would I do if I only had 24 hours left to live?
Yeah.
Damn. I just spend it with my son, spend it with my wife, the family. What else is there to do, man? Because at the end of the day, if you only have 24 hours left to live, man, I'd spend every minute with my family, bro. I ain't even gonna cap. Yeah, we'll do things together, but as long as we're together.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had superpowers, it would be a different thing. I'd go
Yeah.
crazy in the 24 hours. But for the sake of this, yeah, I'd definitely spend it with family, man. Because at the end of the day, those are the only people that really see you, man. And those are the only people that see your lowest points and your highest points, and they love you as you are regardless. Like, you can't buy that shit off the streets.
How's fatherhood?
Fatherhood is amazing, man. Yeah, my boy just started sitting up now on his own. He's doing these vibes now. Because he also, now he's grabbing the spoon, he's trying to feed himself and starts putting food all over his face. But man, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful to see. That thing changes you. Changes the whole mindset.
Cliche.
I know
facts,
it's cliche, right?
Yeah.
And damn, I never pictured myself, man. You think you're young forever, man, in your mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that. But hey, here I am now, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'm doing it with the woman that I love, and I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with. So that's even more of a blessing. I don't think in this day and age, people celebrate solid knit families anymore. Like, young black families. We hardly get enough of that. It's always the father ran away, deadbeat, or in people are not building family structures much anymore these days.
Right.
So
and people are always quick to celebrate when the marriage ends.
And
yeah,
marriage,
vele.
exactly.
She's a hoe, vele.
Faith in Ketsi exhibit. That's what they said.
That's
right?
what they were saying and whatnot, bro.
Just fucked up, but dog. So yeah, that's another thing. It's a question that I probably know the answer to, but I just want to put it out there. Black people, why are we so happy when we see other black people fail or go through rough shit?
And it's
why do we celebrate so quickly?
It's like we wait for it to happen too.
Yeah, it's like nimingi luguti ubete. Then just so you can feel better about yourselves, right? Is that it? I think that's it. No?
Definitely is it, bro.
Yeah, so we just want to put people down so that we feel like we got value or whatever it is, which is so sad, bro.
It's also because, there's this an analogy that I always I once heard when I was watching this video. They talk about players and fans.
Yeah.
So there are people who are fans who are just watching players play and they're just talking shit the whole time. Like when you watch some soccer, you're just talking shit the whole time.
Yeah.
Then there's players, bro. They on the other field actually playing, bro.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's how it is.
Exactly that.
They're just fans watching you, bro.
There's this thing that I saw on YouTube. Some guy made a whole YouTube video saying or asking, do you think people have forgiven Will Smith? I'm like, okay. So I was just curious and I went in and then I saw something on the comment section. Someone was like, look, the long story short is no, they haven't and they probably won't for a long time because people have this sort of weird thing about them where they want to punish, especially people who are successful. They want to punish them in whatever thing that they can hold on to. They'll hold on to it forever so that it makes them feel good about themselves. It makes them feel like, okay, at least I have some sort of value because this person did this little thing. So I'm going to make sure they feel like shit or think that I'm making them feel like shit. Because he's somewhere in Beverly Hills or wherever eating his millions in when every day will cool mama simba ngai.
Slick talk.
And I'm just but yeah, that's what it is. I don't know, people just they really thrive on putting people down because I think it's the only way they have some sort of value or think they have some sort of value. And that is why it's so important to be able to block out the noise. I cannot state this enough. The naive little me used to think and the media is all for me. I used to do interviews, every tabloid, everything that came my way and think, people love you. they actually genuinely love you and support you, until I went on the other side of that thing, right? Very same people who used to do interviews with me now are writing shit about me, but have my number. They could call me and ask me, yo, can I get an interview? What actually happened? But no, they just decided, nah, I'm just gonna, I see his status on WhatsApp, motherfucker, let me just write quickly what happened, or what I think happened, yabo. And that's where I realized that we are on our own. We're not doing this for other people. We're doing this for us. So never say you want to be famous for the sake of being famous. If you actually want to act or do music or all of that, I hope, and I just hope that you are doing it for the reason that you love this thing and you're passionate about it, and not for the reason that you think people are going to love you for it. Because at some point, they're going to stop loving you for it, and then what? And that's just some food for thought for those who want to get into this industry. Like, please do it for the right reasons, or just don't do it at all. It's not worth your life and your mental health, because that's what's at risk if you go in for the wrong reasons.
Damn, bro. Wow, what an episode.
Hey, man. Hey.
Yes.
That was heavy, but yeah, shit. Yeah, man.
I'm inspired, man.
Nah, thank you,
Hella
Chance. Thank you,
inspired.
Chance.
Even the last time we were with you, I was like, damn, this nigga. And he's so humble, man.
Bruh.
He can chill
He's
with
always
anyone.
been like this, though.
Nah, no,
Yeah.
thank you, Chance. Thank you, Chance, man.
Shout out to you, man. I wish you the best. And I saw
Thanks so much.
You wanna be in Hollywood. I saw one of your one of the articles about you.
Yeah.
It said you wanna be in Hollywood one day, and you know, you look.
So, yeah, I think that was a while back, no?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
20. Do you remember when it was from?
the scandal times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the me now probably has a different mindset about it.
yeah, yeah.
Now I'm more inspired about doing something here first before I go over there, because I just feel like now that the world has opened up in the way that it has, there's no need for me to go there anymore. Like, I will aspire to go there, and I will go there one day, but let me see what I can do here.
Yeah.
I want to leave a legacy here. Man, I mean, that's why I'm inspired by people like the Fergusons, because, you know, once upon a time, they were just actors who signed contracts and were working for somebody and had a dream and made their dream a reality. And, you know, rest in peace to Shona Ferguson. But he did it, man.
Yeah.
He did it. And that's how I know I can do it too. You know, because I'm inspired by people like that, man. And he didn't look outside and say, nah, he's going to go there. And people used to talk shit about him. I remember he used to speak about this. Like, people used to say he can't act. People used to say, you know, both of them can't do this, can't do that. And the very same people that said that, they employed some of them.
That's a big flex, bro.
You know what it is.
That's a big flex.
You know? So, man, that's why I just let people talk, just keep going. Shout out to Katise Mudupe as well. One of my big brothers in this industry, you know.
Mangi.
Yes, yeah, very inspired by him always. Every time we link up, he's always like, yo, I hope you're writing more scripts. I hope you're shooting more things. He's been pushing me to do this. It's been since the days of Scandal. Like, yo, I know you want to direct. I know you want to start your own thing. Do it. Don't wait for funding. Don't wait for people to validate you. Do it. He put his house on the line on his first movie.
Really?
People didn't want to fund him. People didn't want to give him things. They were like, you're just an actor. Put his house on the line. Put everything on the line.
Is it that
And
Losing Lerato
Losing
movie?
Lerato. And
That's his child, eh?
Yeah, and had the biggest success, biggest comeback, made double what he put on, and now they respect him as a director and filmmaker and producer and all of that. Now they want to be in his movies and hollering at him. But where were they when he started? You know how it goes.
Yeah.
But shout out to him, man. He's also another inspiration. Also from actor to, you know.
Yeah.
Now he controls his own narrative. Now when he acts in his own film.
Even Black Brain.
Yeah, Black Brain. Yeah, you know, people like Mandla N.
Mandla N,
Yeah,
yeah.
understand. So, man, a lot of these people doing this thing, and we're gonna be also on the same conversation real soon. So, watch the space. This is the next biggest black podcast coming out of the East Rand right now. This is gonna be the biggest podcast coming out of the East Rand.
Shout out.
It's out there.
Shout out, bro. If you watched it this far, thank you for watching. You know, like, comment, share, subscribe. Please tell them to what, like, yeah. all of that.
All that good shit, man.
All that good shit.
All that good shit. Don't forget to follow us on socials as well. It'll probably be somewhere here. The niggas will do the things.
Sure.
Shout out, man, to everybody who's watched this far. And yeah, man, keep chasing your dreams, yo.
I think this is our biggest one yet, bro.
It is. Most
Yeah, our best one yet, bro.
most
Shout
def,
out,
man.
Yeah.
Shout out, gents.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Umntwana ukwatile ke yena thiwa ngimenza umntwana ukwatile ke yena